Lesson 2.9 is percents. You know something about percents, right? Yes, you do.
Yeah, it's just.
We know a little something about percents. I know we do. So we're going to work with percents. We're solving percent problems today. So for instance, what percent of 90 is 45?
54.
What is 35% of 80? 75% of what? Those are the types of problems we're solving. Is when there's a percent in the number, how do we find the missing number? Or how do we find maybe the percent? Now, in the notes, or in the book, there's a proportion and an equation. I'm debating what you guys would prefer. You guys like cross products, yes? I thought you guys liked cross products. I don't know, better than some other stuff at least. So what I'm going to do, and if this is a total backfire, then we can go the equation route. I'm going to teach the proportion. Now, the Math Excel, I don't know if any of you guys use the help. My guess is the help is going to go the equation route. That's the only problem with what I'm teaching today. So when I talk about the percent proportion, I'm going to use the idea of what it says right there is the part, so like the part of the number divided by the base is equal to the percent over 100. And the percent's always going to be 100. Now, I also like to use this shortcut, is over of equals percent over 100. So I also like to use that shortcut. I don't know if that's a shortcut you've heard or not, but it's a shortcut that I think works fairly well. Is over of equals percent over 100. And so what our goal on every problem today is going to be to fill in this proportion. Okay? So, first of all, job number 1. Read the problem. Yes? What percent of 90 is 54? What are they asking me to find? What are they asking me to find? What's it say?
What percent of 90 is 54?
Okay. So specifically, they're asking me to find a percent, yes? So if we look at this proportion, that is the part over the whole base equals percent over 100. Well, the bottom right of my proportion is always going to be what? Always going to be 100. There we go. I got the 100 filled. So you'll always fill in 100 bottom right. Now, above the 100,
It'd be the other percent of 30.
well, it's the number with the percent sign.
That'd be 90.
Do we have a number with a percent sign here?
No.
No. What's it say? It says what percent? So in this case, my variable is going to go right there. Okay, so I have the x over the 100. Now, we need the base on bottom. So the base being
54.
the whole number. Listen, please. The base being the whole number that we are working out of here. So if it says what percent of 90 is 54, what is the base? What is the whole piece there?
90.
The 90. Because it is, I can't say that it's always the bigger number. It is more than likely a bigger number. But it is the piece you're, comparing out of. So I'm going to put 90 on bottom. And then the part. So what are we trying to find here? It's what percent of 90 is 54. So we're trying to find that 54. What percentage that 54 is. Now, I mentioned the shortcut is over of. Do you see how that works? Whatever follows the word of goes on bottom. Whatever is around the word is goes on top. And so it's another way how I ended up with the 54 over 90. Because it says of 90, so I put the 90 on bottom.
So that next one would be.
Don't do the next one yet. We've got to solve this one first. How do I solve 54 over 90 equals x over 100? Cross products, yes?
Yeah. So that would be 90x, but then would we do the
Okay.
It's so cold.
So,
classroom?
okay guys, focus please. One set of cross products is right here. 90 times x. What's the other set of cross products? 54 times 100. So I'm going to have 90x equals 54 times 100. What is 90 times x? 90x.
That's gonna be.
What is 54 times 100?
Yeah, I agree.
5,400.
You don't have to divide by 90.
You got it. Good, David. If it's 90 times x,
It's gonna be just x.
we're going to divide by 90. 5,400 divided by 90,
60.
60. 60 what?
Percent.
And how do I know it's a percent? Because it said what percent? The solving is easy enough, yes? If you can get the setup. And so that's what we're going to work on. Okay, the solving is not the hard part. I'm not even going to say the setup's the hard part.
No,
It's just getting it figured out.
So it's gonna be. The last one's gonna be 100, and then it's gonna be. Oh wait a second. It's gonna be 35% over 80, I believe.
Not quite.
Well, 80 over 35.
Okay, so if we go is over of equals percent over 100, right? If I use that shortcut, is over of equals percent over 100. You start off telling me the bottom right is going to be 100. Do we have a number with a percent sign on it?
Yes, so we'll go above
The number with the percent sign is 35. Where's the percent go?
above
Above the 100.
But where's the x gonna go then?
Well, hold on. That's what we have to figure that out, okay? The x is not always going to be the same part. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. The x is not always going to be the same part. It could be in the percent part, in the is, or in the of. The 100 will always be the same part, but everybody else moves. Okay? So 35 is percent, so that's how I knew that went over 100.
Okay, so then that 80 goes on top. So
Well, what word does 80 follow?
percent
No. What word does 80 follow?
of?
Of.
So
And one of my cheat words,
of is on the bottom, so it's gonna be x over 80.
correct. Because 80 follows the word of, I can put 80 on bottom. So is over of equals percent over 100. You know how to solve?
Yeah. I think.
I think you do. You're doing cross products, right?
Okay.
What are my cross products?
35. Wait.
X times 100.
It doesn't matter what you do first, but yes. X times 100?
Yeah. I did this wrong.
And what's the other cross product?
80.
5 and 80.
80 times
80 times the 35?
I did that wrong, so.
Okay. So
I-
you're fixing it, right?
Yeah, I did the 35x for some reason. No, pause it. I did the 35.
Excuse me, that one. You want to fall around rather than just playing on the couch? Okay.
And then that's gonna be 100x.
100 times x is 100x.
And then the next one is 80 times 25.
It'd be 2,000.
2,000 what?
800.
800.
Divided by
If it's
But-
100 times x,
You're not done. You have to.
divide by the 100.
x
Uh,
equals 20.
It's 28, yes, sir.
And this one, I am not labeling as percent because it just says what is 35% of 80. So what is this portion of 80?
28.
Okay, and so that's why 80 had to go on the bottom because we're trying to find some portion of 80, which is my x on top.
Do you think that like this lesson right here is gonna be easier than any other lessons?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd say that or not. I mean, it shouldn't be too bad, but. Okay, 75% of what number is 36?
Well, okay, so I ain't gotta speak because I ain't gonna know.
I was gonna pick on Jacob here for a moment.
Oh yeah,
Okay, now hold on.
I was like messing, because I went ahead, and then like you did it a little different than when I did it. I still got the same answer, so I was like trying to figure out if I did it right.
Okay. Well, so I was gonna say on my proportion, fill in one number for me on this next problem.
36 on the left side.
Disagree.
Okay.
Now, remembering our form here. Is over of equals percent over 100.
That's cold here.
Did I do it right?
Oh, I switched one. Okay. Yeah.
What goes on the bottom right, Jacob?
100.
100. Every time.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to ask you for one more number. What always goes above 100?
Yes.
No.
Percent.
The number with the percent.
Percent, right?
Do we have a number with a percent sign?
Yes. 75.
Oh.
75%?
Yep.
So if it's 75%, where do I put the 75?
Top.
Over the 100. That should be your easiest number to fill in, guys,
That's
okay?
what confused me though, because like I did it like how we did the first one on the second one, and I still got the right answer.
Okay,
Like,
so depending on how you flip, you could have this set up wrong and happen to get the right answer. Okay, so you need to make sure you're setting it up the same way I am. Because we've got to learn this setup. Because I say you could sometimes get the right answer. It could also sometimes give you the wrong answer. Because it depends how you flip your numbers. Okay, so now we have 75 over 100. This means 36 has to go in one of these spots.
36 goes.
And x has to go in one of these spots.
Can I say it?
Go for it, I guess.
Okay, 36 goes on top and x goes on bottom.
What do you guys think?
Uh,
She says 36 goes on top, x on bottom.
a false. I was just kidding.
Okay, it's is over of. What's around the word is?
I was kidding.
What's around the word is?
What do you, 36?
36. Another word, And then it says, what follows the word of?
It,
Of what number? What represents what number? And that is x. Okay?
Yeah.
So the setup you should have is 36 over x equals 75 over 100.
That's not right.
But then you
Now.
cross multiply.
And then we cross multiply.
That's my favorite part of the math problem.
Okay. What are my cross products here?
75 times x and then 36 times 100.
Okay.
And it's going to be 75x. And then I'll let somebody else go.
36. Oh my gosh, I just wrote that wrong.
You just wrote the answer.
I did, didn't I? You
Yeah.
caught that. Okay, so it's supposed to be 36 times 100, which is going to be
3,600.
3,600. My mind just skipped a step.
Maybe 5%.
If it's 75 times x, divide by 75.
X equals
What is it?
48.
48, she says?
Yes.
I haven't checked. Is she right?
Yes.
Do I label that 48%?
No,
Nope.
because it isn't asking.
It doesn't say what percent. It says what number. 48 is a number. Okay. What percent of 50?
Okay, well, the 100.
Hold on. Hold on. What percent of 50 is 60? Trust me, I appreciate you wanting to answer questions. I appreciate it, but I'm trying to get some of my quieter ones. Okay. Lily, can you fill in one number for me here? Using our setup of is over of equals percent over 100. It is 60 over 50. Sorry, I'd forgotten which way it was. Okay. So notice what it says here, guys. Of. What follows the word of?
The bottom percent?
What follows the word of?
50.
50. So where does 50 have to go?
At the bottom of that left corner.
On the bottom.
Or right corner, whatever.
What's around the word is?
60.
60.
So we just figured out our problem, and that's basically it's
Okay.
100, and it's going to be x over 100.
Bottom right is always
100.
100. And then this time it says
Oh.
what percent, so we do put x.
Okay, so it's going to be
Now, earlier I said bottom number is often on bottom, but not always. Here, I just said that wrong. Bigger number is often on bottom, but not always. Here's a not always, isn't it?
Nope.
Okay. So did you do your cross products?
yes. I already got the answer. I believe. 120.
50 times x is 60 times 100. 50x is 6,000.
Wait, you didn't get a 60.
Divide by 50. 6,000 divided by 50.
Got you.
120.
Yep.
Is this a percent?
Yes. Yep.
How do I know it's a percent?
It's percent.
Okay, exactly, because it says what percent.
No, I'm talking. I know. I was very aware of those.
Okay.
I already did these.
Okay.
Okay, so x equals 120. 120.
Okay. Yeah, we need off this screen, and then we're going to talk interest.
Oh man, we have to change that now. Hey, I'm ready.
Simple interest formula. This isn't new to you. You've seen this before. Okay.
I don't remember this.
Interest, I equals PRT, where I stands for your interest, P stands for your principal, which your principal is the amount of money. How do I want to say that? Oh, whoops. Oof, that was almost bad. This is your, how about I say, your beginning amount of money. Okay, your principal is your beginning amount of money. T is time, of course. And R is your interest rate, which means that is your percent. Okay, so this is our formula for finding interest. This is the one you would have seen it in middle school classes, and you're seeing it in Algebra 1.
But typically, and just to teach it to you.
Doesn't matter, you would have seen this along the way at some point.
I'm just saying.
Okay. You saw this first semester, Mrs. Rogers uses this.
Yeah, I know. I just
So,
don't remember it.
okay.
Probably skipped school that week, to be honest.
Okay, so let's look at the type of question we can use this to answer. How much interest? Notice what's asking there, guys. How much interest? So I'm going to be trying to find I. Will you earn by investing $1,200 at a simple interest rate of 2.5% per year for 6 years? Okay. Guys, we have a formula. All you have to figure out are the pieces.
Oh, wait.
It's asking how much interest. So we're trying to find I. Now, go through with me and let's figure out what goes in for which piece. How much interest will you earn by investing
So, 1,000.
$1,200? Is that my P, my R, or my T?
T.
Is that a time?
Would it be,
It's not time.
Sorry.
Is it my interest rate? Is it a percentage?
no.
No.
Principal.
It's your principal. It's your beginning amount of money. How much money are you starting with? 1,200. So my principal is 1,200 or 1,200. Then it goes on to say, at a simple interest rate of
So that would be
5%.
interest.
2.5%. So that is my interest rate. Now, here's the catch, guys.
I had to copy catch, maybe.
What do you think?
Wait, are we gonna cross multiply?
No.
I'll
When we put a percent into an equation, you have to change it to a
Decimal.
decimal. How do we change?
move it to the left.
How many spots to the left?
One. Wait.
Nope.
Once.
Twice. So we go 1,
2.
2.
Okay, so I'm getting it right. Okay.
So this is going to be 0.025 is going to be our R.
Okay.
And then it says for
60.
6 years. What is 6 years?
Uh,
That is our
Time.
time. We're going to have 6 as our time. Okay, guys. Easy part now. Fill in your formula. I equals PRT.
12.
So we're trying to find I. P is 1,200
Yeah.
times R, which is
So, 0.025.
0.025 times T, which is 6.
I got her mixed up for saying 12,000.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I said 12,000.
Okay, as long as you write the right thing.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, fill in your formula, and then you
Multiply.
grab the calculator
Okay,
and multiply.
this is gonna come out a big number. I can tell you that right now.
Not really. Because you're multiplying by a decimal in there.
It's only one.
Oh, I just did that wrong.
I got 7,002. I got 7,201.15.
You didn't multiply these three numbers
I
then.
got
Yeah, no,
180.
look, I got
No,
180.
you didn't.
I probably multiplied it wrong.
Did you type in exactly what's on the screen?
No.
I did.
Okay, so you got 1,200. Then it's supposed to say times, and that's supposed to be 0.025. You did
Oh.
12,000.25 times 6.
That's my answer though.
You didn't type in the right problem, so that's not the answer to this problem.
You gotta put a multiplication.
You have to put a multiplication dot or it doesn't work, and you have to put a 0.0. Okay, so 1,200
180.
times 0.025 times 6.
Oh, I got 180.
There you
She
go.
just said it.
180 what?
Percent.
Nope.
No. Interest. No.
Which interest is in what form?
Money.
Money, so it is
Dollar.
dollars. Okay, in other words, if you put $1,200 in an account and leave it for 6 years at a simple interest rate of 2.5%, you're going to earn $180.
That's not very much.
It's not very much over the course of 6 years, but that's also a low percentage rate.
Yeah, try like 200% rate.
Your face is in.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, do you understand a little bit more about what's going on with this?
Yeah. I remember this, I think. I don't
It
think
gives
I
me a
did
headache.
skip this week. It's kind of
It
easy.
gives me
Okay.
a headache.
Okay, focus. One last example, gentlemen. You deposit $650 in a savings account earning simple interest of 5%. How much interest will you earn if you leave it there for 5 years? Okay, you deposit $650. Is that my, remember this formula, I equals P times R times T. What is this 650? It's the amount we're beginning with, so it is our
Principal.
principal. Thank you.
I was already solving.
I know. Okay. Earning simple interest of 5%. What about that 5%?
It would be 0.05.
If we move the decimal 2 places left, 0.05. Then how much will you earn if you leave it there for 5 years? Years is time.
So 650 times
So you're multiplying your 3 numbers. 650 times 0.05 times 5. What'd you say you got?
162.5.
I got the same answer.
Now, 162.5. $162 and
Cents. I don't know,
how many cents?
5 cents.
Not 5 cents.
25.
No,
50 cents.
50 cents.
Oh.
Because the 0 goes after the 5. And so it's $162.50.
That seems like a lot of money.
Okay, you guys have just under 15 minutes. Get working on the homework.
I'll try.